folks, and welcome to the TM and TG YouTube channel. I'm Woody and I appreciate you stopping by. Before we get into the purpose of this video, I want to quickly let you guys know what we're about here at TM and TG and what the purpose or why we even started this YouTube channel in the first place. And the real reason for that is we're trying to build a community of individuals that are interested in being self-reliant, being able to do things for themselves to hopefully take care of them and the ones that they love. So what goes into that, one part of that is being able to use tools, being able to build things on your own, or if you own your own home or plan on owning your own home in the future, being able to take care of that issues that may come up by yourself. Because let's face it is not cheap to hire somebody to come in and fix problems for you. And who knows, in today's day and age and the way everything's going, it's probably going to be skills that you're going to want to know to be able to take care of yourself or take care of those that you love. So part of all that, right, is having the right tools for certain jobs. So I'm going to go over a new tool that I got. If you have not yet subscribed, please do so. If you are interested in being a part of a community of self-reliance and being able to take care of yourself, do things for yourself, doing things for others that you care about, please subscribe, hit that notification bell so you'll be notified of future videos. Additionally, if you know somebody that might be in the market for this tool that I'm about to cover, share this video with them. And always leave a comment. Let us know what you think. Do you like this tool? Do you have this tool? Do you think there's a better brand of this tool? I want to know in the comments below. All right, folks, so this is the Metabo HPT 18-volt cordless multi-tool, or oscillating tool as other people call it. So I already have an oscillating tool or multi-tool. It's a Dremel, but it's corded. And I wanted to go cordless, and I also wanted to possibly upgrade and maybe get a better one, because I'll be honest, the brand I have, the Dremel one, it vibrates like crazy. So I'm hoping that this one doesn't quite as much. I picked this tool up on Acme, and I guess I can flip it around so you guys can actually read it. But I picked this up on Acme Tools. It was $100 on sale. So we're gonna unbox this thing right now, and then we're gonna test it out. I'm gonna let you guys know what I think about it. Is it a valuable tool to have? I will say, I think a homeowner, a DIYer, anyone serious should own an oscillating tool or a multi-tool, because it has such a wide array of uses. But let's get this thing open. All right. So opening up the box, we've got the literature, and this is the owner's manual with safety instructions. I highly recommend you read this manual if you get this tool. And then this is just warranty information. So this tool actually, if you look on the box, it says it has a lifetime tool warranty, which actually that was a selling point for me, lifetime warranty. Now, I don't know exactly what that means, to be honest, and I guess I could research it a little bit. It's going to be warranted against defect in materials and workmanship for a lifetime. Hey, I'll take it. That's not bad. And it's a pretty simple box. All it did was come wrapped up in this. So I don't know, I feel like whenever I get a tool and it's packaged like, you know, really tight with styrofoam and a lot of boxes and everything, are they doing that because they know the tool isn't built well? I don't know. Or are they just better at packaging? Who knows? Leave it in comments. What do you think whenever you get a tool that's tightly wrapped? I will tell you this, maybe they just have that much faith in the fact that this tool is going to be strong enough or durable enough to make it. Who knows? But all it did was come wrapped in this plastic. And right off the bat, first thing, my impressions when I pull this tool out and I pick it up and hold it in my hand is it's pretty heavy. It's definitely heavier than the Dremel that I have, but this is also a brushless tool. You know, it's a little beefy. It's kind of big. So I would assume it being big like this, it's going to have a lot of power. Who knows? Let's test it out. It also came with this blade. It is a metal and wood blade, and it is a Starlock blade too. Interesting. All right, so let's start playing around with this thing. So for those of you that have watched other videos of mine, you will know that I actually have several Hitachi brand tools which changed to the Metabo HPT. I'm a fan of the tools. I have several different types and kinds, but I did decide to upgrade my battery, and I got this multi-volt, 18 volt, 36 volt hybrid flex, I guess, flex voltage battery, I don't know. It is charged, full charge. I also picked up the rapid charger with this battery. So make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell now, because I'm going to do a comparison of, did this battery, this new battery upgrade, is it an upgrade from my old 3 amp hour battery that I actually got in a kit where I purchased a whole bunch of Hitachi tools about 3 years ago. So will this upgrade that? I'm going to do a video on that as well. But I think we're going to put both batteries into the tool and test both out. Before we get to that, let's actually see about how do you put the blade on there. How does that work? And it is toolless. So let's open up this blade that came with it. Might as well. The Starlock blade, and let's see how this works. So I looked at the instructions a little bit on this, and it has this pull tab here that depresses a mechanism down in there that actually releases this nut, releases the tension on this nut, I don't know, screw, whatever you want to call it. And it's pretty tight. You have to use some force to get that pushed down. But if you look now, this is loose. This is now loose. So what you do is you maneuver this piece to an unlocked position, which I'm messing with this right now. You pull this out and then move it. Now it's unlocked. Now my screw will pull out. See that? So there's several steps here. Kind of surprised. But now we should be able to put our blade on there. And I'll tell you, I wish they had magnets. I wish it was magnetized. That would be awesome, but it's not. So now you gotta hold your blade down while you put this in. That would have been nice. That's a downside, I would say, to this tool. But really, you just put your screw back in there. It's not gonna tighten. It doesn't have the capability to do that. The way you tighten it is you lock it again, you move this to lock, and then you pull this back down, and now your blade is tight. And I will say, yeah, it's definitely tight. It's definitely on there pretty good. But man, I wish they had magnets, you know, to hold that blade in. That would have been cool. Can't have everything these days, folks. All right, so we're gonna test this thing out. I'm gonna let you know what I think about it, and we're gonna do it with our Flex Volt battery. And it actually has several speed settings. It has the auto feature, and it goes up to 5 as well. So 1 to 5 and then auto. I've never had one that has auto, so we're going to check that out as well. So I'm going to turn it on. It's the first time. We'll see if she works. Oh yeah. Yeah, you know, there's decent vibration, but I don't feel like it was as bad as my Dremel, which maybe I'll do a comparison video. Let me know in the comments if you want to see the comparison between the Dremel and the Metabo. But let's set it on here and see how much wobble it has. That's quite a bit of movement on that thing. Man, that's disappointing as well. I was hoping it would be less. Yeah, it's got quite a bit of vibration in the hand. That's on high setting. Let's see what it's like on low. So another feature on this oscillating tool is your light, which is fairly good. It's pretty bright. It's not too bad. The light's okay, but man, it is a vibrating machine. All right, let's see. On the 3 amp hour. You know, with the 3 amp hour battery, I don't know if y'all noticed that, but man, it does not walk as much, and it doesn't have nearly as much vibration. That's interesting. So right off the bat, I can tell a huge difference in the output of power from this multi-volt battery from this just 3 amp hour 18 volt battery. So make sure you subscribe, because we're gonna do a test on the drills and the saws. All right, so I've got this thing locked down in my WORX table by Pegasus, which if you have not watched that video on this work table, I'm gonna link that in the description below, because you really need to check that video out. This table is awesome, but I've got it clamped down here, and we're gonna try cutting on this 2x4 with the blade it came with, which is a wood blade Starlock, and we're gonna do it with our 3 amp hour battery. Let's see how it does cutting through this 2x4. I'm actually going to do it on the auto feature because I've never used that before, and I want to see how it does. There's a cut, not a lot of burnt surface on there. I wasn't forcing it super hard. I actually kind of like that auto feature. It's not too bad. And it cut through this 2x4 just fine. And it was pretty easy. Not a lot of resistance. It gets a thumbs up on how well it did on the 2x4 cutting through it. So the next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna drive a nail and a screw into this piece, and we'll see how well it does cutting the metal. And really, to be honest, the cutting the screws and the nails, I feel, is more of a test of the actual blade. But nonetheless, we're gonna give it a shot. I'll also say that most of the time, you're not gonna be using your multi-tool or oscillating tool probably to cut a 2x4. Really, it's more for cutting, you know, more of trim boards, baseboards to put in flooring and stuff like that. This isn't necessarily a use of this tool, and maybe I'll cover that in another time, but yeah, you wouldn't really be cutting 2x4s like this with this multi-tool, but it did it just fine. Okay, first up is gonna be the screw, which this actually is more brittle and breaks harder than nails. It's more brittle. It has less shear strength, you know, and more strength on pulling, so it won't pull out as easy. But anyway, let's cut through it. It's a little bit different than a nail. That actually worked out pretty well. I mean, the blade, I think, held up. It has one tooth on here that I see a little bit of deformation on, but it cut through that screw quite easily. And again, I was on the auto feature. I'm kind of a fan of this auto feature. I thought I would hate it, and I don't mind it. Let's move to the nail next. All right, folks, for the nail, which I did not do the best job of hammering in. It's a little bit bent there, but that'll be okay. Let's still see how well it cuts it. Yeah, it cut through it easily, so that was nice. I'll be honest, I feel like it is handling the screws and the nails and even cutting this 2x4 better than my Dremel one. Man, the oscillation though, the vibration on my hand, it's just too much for me. It's got a lot of power, but I feel like they probably could have done a better job of that. So that's gonna wrap this one up. We tested out the Metabo HPT 18-volt oscillating tool. You know, I did not cover the fact that it actually has a battery indication. So like my 3 amp hour battery does not have any kind of indication on where the battery status is at, and there is one on the tool. So I didn't mention that, and I kind of like that feature. But overall, my impressions is it works well, but I would not use this tool every day. If I was a professional and I was going to use a multi-tool for extended periods of time throughout the day, the vibration on this one is probably worse than some other ones that I've seen. So I feel like it probably is not a good tool for the pro. For the homeowner or DIYer, I would recommend it. It's toolless blade change, which is nice. It does have more steps than some other, competitors out there, than the DeWalt and the Milwaukee. There are more steps to getting this blade in there, but I really feel like the security of the blade is important. And this system, I have no doubt that this blade is going nowhere with this setup, the way they have this design. So that's nice. But yeah, the oscillating tool, the amount of vibration with it is definitely its biggest downside, and is why I would not say this is a professional grade recommended tool. Has the power, but man, it is bad on the vibration. Okay, so please consider joining our community here at TM and TG. Please, if you like this video, hit that like button. I would appreciate it. It helps out the channel. Also, be sure to share this video with anybody that you think might be interested in TM and TG content. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about this multi-tool. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you have it? Do you know if you like it? I want to know. I want your feedback in the comments. With that, I want to say thanks for watching, and that is all on this one, folks. I'll see you next time.